What's up, my fellow kings and queens? How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you so much for subscribing and showing the support that you guys been doing. Really appreciate it. Tonight is gonna be a night. Okay, we're gonna go through a lot of Q and A's. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. This is where you want to be, my fellow kings and queens. Okay. First off, I want to do a shout out to my boy Terrell, aka Mr. MOB, representing right here. You know, definitely check out his music. His music's blowing up. You can check him out, Mr. MOB. He's doing great things with his music. Really proud of him, especially from where he started, because he started at the very bottom, not literally with just a pen and paper. That was it. So shout out to Terrell. Hope you're doing great things, man. You can also follow him on Spotify. So this wanna be, guys. This is it. We're gonna be going over a bunch of shit tonight. Okay, my fellas and queens. Okay, this is where you want to be. Okay, where else would you want to go ahead and watch? If you're having a shitty fucking week, go ahead and watch. Listen. You don't even need to watch the video. Just listen. Call your friends. Tell them, hey, have you heard of Bad Habit Kingdoms? No, I never heard of them. You never check it out. Well, subscribe. Okay, so definitely check it out. I do apologize about the video quality. I've been having technical difficulties the past couple days with the camera. I'm not sure why. I think it's the USB. I've been having issues with it the past few days. So, God, I look so horrible on camera. I thought, with the camera, I would look so much better. Honestly, I just look horrible. I just got to shave all this off. So, again, thank you guys so much for subscribing. I appreciate all the support. It's still going. It's growing fast. Like I said before, we went from 28 subscribers to 116 in just 5 days. Most of our videos average about 20 viewers, and one video that Kara and I did is at to almost 2100. So definitely check it out. It's called Kara Cheating on Me. It's just a prank video. Definitely, Kara would never cheat on me. So that is what we're gonna be talking about: cheaters, relationships, pot. We're gonna be talking about a bunch of things tonight, and some Q and A's that I got off my Twitter account. So first things first, relationships. If you're having a problem with your relationship, nowadays, I don't know. It's so different nowadays. There's certain people that are in relationships that are part of cultures where like they have one boyfriend or one girlfriend their entire lives, and they end up married. And the parents kind of like set it up, they approve it. It is what it is. If they're happy, by all means, go for it. But nowadays, most people get divorced, most people break up, most people cheat. It's really a horrible situation because they see too many movies and they look for keep freezing. Hold on, let's see. Let me see something here because the camera keeps freezing on my end. All right. But that's what I personally think. I think nowadays people are looking for love instead of actually being alone. I gotta give it to people that are in long distance relationships and make it work. I mean, that sounds so difficult, so complicated, especially if you live here in Vegas. For young kids, especially because Vegas is known as a party city, party town, especially when you're 21, 22, 23, 24. So when you're, in a relationship, I actually know somebody that their loved one lives in a whole different country, and they're like, no, like they're talking about moving back to that country just to be with their loved one. That I think is real love. Love is so hard to come by. it's one of those things that you just cannot control. Most people, they don't get to experience that. They don't get to experience what that real love truly feels like. They think they're in love. Some people think they're in love. Some people, you know, hope they're in love. They want to be in love so bad. They're like, this is it. I'm in love. But what bothers me is I know a few people, they'll start dating somebody, and after the first time they sleep together, they're like, I love him or I love her. It's like, after a week, is it possible? Yeah, I guess. I fell in love with Kara pretty fast. Um, but Kara, um, she seduced me like I never been seduced before in my entire life. And that had me whipped. That didn't have me in love. That had me obsessed. That ain't had me in love. What had me in love, when I first realized I was in love with Kara, it was on our first date, honestly. And I was saying bye to her. And remember, we didn't kiss on our first date. And I was waiting at the bus. We went to the bus station. Of course, we didn't have a car. And we were at the bus station and we're waiting for her bus to pick her up. And when she said goodbye to me, I was gonna reach in to kiss her and I didn't. I like panic froze up. I never made the first move in my life and I never would. Excuse me. Um I saw her on the bus while she was leaving, and my heart was just pounding. And I mean pounding out of my chest. Now I thought I'd been in love before, come to find out that was wrong. This was a whole nother level. This was something totally different that I never felt or experienced. That's the thing, is there's people that they're in relationships because the history they have with each other, they don't want to, they've been together so long. Um, they have a history of being friends. I mean, they took virginities. It could be a number of things. If you're not truly in love, don't say you are. And I hear the word all the time. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. You say you love her, right? Yeah. So why are you cheating on her? Why are you trying to hook up with somebody else? Why are you going at somebody else? If you're truly in love with that person, why would you try to go after somebody else? Why are you cheating on that person? Do not say you love her when you don't. Now, when you know you're being loved, like for the longest time, when Kara and I first started dating, I didn't know if she loved me. And I don't know when the first time I realized she was in love with me, because for like I said, even after we started dating, as most of you know, the Kara turned me down for 6 months. Um, I think it was just she knew the kind of relationship I was looking for, and I don't know if she was ready, and she wasn't sure if I was ready. So we kind of thought, we just can't handle each other. So, but finally, when we did start dating, the first couple months, it was kind of like an on and off situation. It was like, okay, we're together. Okay, we're not. Okay, we're together. Okay, we're not. When Kara and I moved in together, she was sleeping, and I laid down on the bed, and she had a killer headache or something like that. She wasn't feeling well. I know that. And we were living together, and I laid on like her at the bottom of her legs. Like I laid on her legs, my head down on her legs. And she put her hand on my head. It was this. That's when I realized that Kara was in love with me. 2 days after we moved together, I was like, she's in love with me. She's told me before that she was in love with me, but I still didn't know. You've heard the word before. You know, especially someone like Kara. Kara is a gorgeous person. Guys would easily fall in love with her just because of her looks, but I fell in love with her as a person. She is a fighter, hardcore. She has been through a lot. I would not talk about that, but she's a survivor, hardcore. And I thank God every day that I have her in my life. I truly do. There's certain people, like when I meet older folks, I'll meet them all the time on the bus. They've been married 50, 60 years. And I even want to ask them, like, what is the secret? And I've heard people ask them that. That's what made me like, wow. They said, we're in love. It's not always going to be pretty. Going through rough patches is part of being in love, part of being in a relationship. You're gonna have you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna stress out. You're gonna fight. You're gonna hate each other. You're gonna get on each other's nerves so bad because you're always by each other or something. But then when it's time to go to bed, who else do you want next to you? Me personally, I don't care how mad I am at Kara. When it's time for me to go to bed, I want her right there next to me. When I wake up in the morning, I want to roll over my eyes and see her. And I know everything's okay. Do we go to bed angry at each other? Yeah, sometimes. We fight like normal couples. Um, I'm not the greatest boyfriend in the world. I'm not gonna lie. But she chose me. And that's what the problem is that a lot of guys, they don't realize how lucky they are. Guys cheat very easily. So do women. I gotta say, more women cheat nowadays than guys. I know guys have the reputation to cheat, but women cheat quite a bit. So, Kara and I never cheated on each other, and I don't see how we ever would. I think we're like, she's everything I'm not, I'm everything that she's not. It's like we're literally two halves of a whole. And when we combine it, it's just unbelievable. She is the one that truly gets me, I think. Um, I know people understand where I'm coming from. I know people understand situations or at least, say they do. Kara sees it though. She knows everything about me. She's with me so much. And that's the problem. Is like I see people all the time. They'll fall in love and get married and they didn't even live with the person. Then they move in with the person and they're like, who the fuck is this? I'm married to you now? What the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? What did you think was gonna happen? You don't know that person. When you live with somebody, you know everything about them. You know how they act. You know what they wake up to, what food they want, what kind of mood they're gonna be in that day just by how they wake up, just by how they talk to you. And I see it all the time. I see people get married so fast and stuff like that. They'll get married so fast, and they're just like, oh, when they move in with the person, they're like, I think I made a mistake. You serious? Mm, I think you did too. Maybe you guys should have, spent a weekend together or something. I'm not saying it has. Everybody gets lucky, and maybe they really are in love. It happens all the time. People fall in love, they move in, they have a great happy life. I'm not saying this happens to everybody, but it does happen a lot. People fall, they think they fall in love because maybe they want to escape a current relationship they're in, or they want to they just want somebody. And one thing I am gonna say that all women should know, Guys are always going to be on their best behavior the first few months. They're always going to give you the most attention. And that's when problems start happening because that the girl is used to that attention. So, just for example, let's say a girl was in a relationship, horrible, bad relationship. She wants out of it. She wants to find somebody else. She wants to move on, blah, 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 right? So she starts talking to somebody. He's giving her all this attention. You got to remember, there's always going to be that guy that gives the girl attention, right? He starts giving her attention. He's talking to her every time she wants to talk. He's going to see her every time she wants to meet up to hang out, to get a drink, to go get something to eat. He's sending her gifts at work. He's answering all of her texts. He's staying up late just to talk to her. All that kind of stuff. That's always, every guy's going to do that the first few months because they're trying to get you. And in those few months, they're going to be saying that guy's an idiot. If you were with me, I'll treat you 10 times better than that. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve this. They're just trying to get in your head to get you. And the same thing happens with girls. Girls do the same thing. But that's what I think. I think, guys are on their best behavior the first few months of the relationship. And then it hurts the woman because then they are like, they think this is how the person is. They're like, wow, this person, is always there for me, willing to talk to me when I need someone to talk to, always supportive, So they break up with the person they're with. They move in with this new guy. Then when they live with the new guy, it starts to dial down. He's not talking to me as much. He's not texting me when I'm at work. When I come home, he's laying on the couch. The house is a mess. I've been at work all day. I want to come home to a nice, clean place. And he's watching football. I didn't even know he smoked cigarettes. Don't rush into shit. I try to tell people this all the time. Don't rush. I'm not saying it doesn't work every time. I'm not saying that. And people take things the wrong way of shit that I say. Personally, I don't give a fuck. Okay, this is my fucking podcast. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Okay, and that's what I am going to do. This is where you want to be right now. Okay, this is where the fuck you want to be. Don't rush. Kara and I were together for a year before we moved in together. Pretty much. Well, I asked her out for 6 months. She said no. We started dating August, September, October, November, December. 5 months. So we were together 5 months before we moved in together. And I proposed about a month after that. So we were together a little bit, yes, and a year. But Kara and I were at the very bottom. We were living in a monthly place. We had no car. We had no money. We had no family support. We had nothing. We were literally in Shitsville. We stuck it out together. And that makes it stronger. And from what I've been told in the study stuff that I looked up, is that arranged marriages last longer than love marriages. Can you believe that? That is insane to me. More people last longer in relationships when the relationship's arranged. I know it only happens in certain countries now. But that's crazy. They learn to love and build together, and it's stronger that way. You're there for each other when you're at the lowest. You're there for each other when you're at the highest. You're there for each other even when you don't want to be. You don't want to be there for that person, but you can't help it. It becomes stronger. There's 6 billion people on this planet. Probably more than that by now. I'll be watching these TikTok videos and I see these girls fucking dancing like they're not supposed to. Nowadays, it's like people go by looks so much. They don't go by the person. And that pisses me the fuck off. I'm not saying because I'm unattractive. I know I know I must look good or be good because I got one of the baddest bitches on this fucking planet. And I know that. A little cocky there. Had to. But it seems like that's what people go by now. Oh, I don't date white boys. I don't date black guys. I don't date Hispanics. Okay. So before you even get to know a person, you're already judging that person just by who he is and the color of his skin. I don't date white guys. Why not? Oh, my ex. Okay, so because of one guy that fucked up for the entire white boys. Oh, I don't date black guys. Why not? Their dicks are too big. Oh, that's a myth. That is a motherfucking myth. I am saying that right now. Um, I don't date Asians. I don't date this. Blah 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 blah. I'm just tired of shit like that. I truly fucking am. And I see it so much. A good friend of mine, I'm not gonna bring up her name. She's still a good friend of mine. She was living with a roommate. It was just a roommate at the time. And she was crushing on him. I think she was telling me she was crushing on him and stuff, right? They would go out, drink, but they would never do anything. One night, they hook up. The next day, I see her. I'm not gonna say where I saw her. Work. Um, she said, "I'm in love with him." You're in love with him? Yeah, I'm in love with him. Okay. Okay. She trusted him very much. She gave up everything for him. I don't know what this dude's saying, babe. This is one of those people that don't make sense. They're like scammers or something, trying to hack in the system. I see your comments on. Can you? And there's no way I can. Nothing I can do about it. But that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to get that off my chest because I saw somebody tonight saying, preaching about love on TV, and I was just like, okay, who the fuck are you to tell me what I feel or what my fiance feels or what you feel? You know, the only advice I try to give people is don't rush. Try to live with the person first before you get married. Try to learn more about the person. Don't judge them by their family members. Don't judge them by the color of their skin. Don't judge them because of their history. I got a fucked up history. There's people that don't even believe my history. I was telling a couple of my coworkers, and they were like, "What the fuck?" I would have never suspected that. Well, it's the truth. Shout out, guys. Definitely subscribe. Bad Habits Kingdom. Thank you guys for your support. Check it out on Spotify. We got some good podcasts going to be uploading on there. Not this one. This one's actually getting deleted because I don't know who this person is on this comments. I knew somebody else was doing the same kind of comments the other day, so I don't know what it is. Stan Treasure. I mean, this is insane. What are you? Like, why do you write stuff like that? Like Stan 17. I'm deleting this video. I'm not keeping this video on here. I don't want people seeing these comments. Whose friend? Victoria's friend. Who's Victoria? There's only one Victoria I know, and she's gone. Sorry for the video, guys, for those of you that don't know. Oh. Oh, you're Victoria's friend? I know Victoria is subscribed to the channel. I forgot all about that. Oh my god. I'm sitting here talking about love and stuff, and I forgot my niece watches this. Okay, what's your name? Jalen? All right, Jalen, I do apologize about that. Um, why do you write this stand stuff? Because you're not the first person to do this. There was someone else that used to watch my show episodes on YouTube, and they would post that stand stuff all the time. Why do you write that? Oh, we're going to be talking about football here in a minute, guys. We're going to be talking about football stuff, and we're going to be talking about work. Some things going on at work I'm going to be letting off my chest. Jalen, can you reply? Can you tell me why you're writing that stand stuff all over? Yeah, but why are you writing it in my comments? Because this is like the second time someone's done this. And I get that, and it was the last person that was doing that. They were doing like stand this, stand that, stand this. And I was like, this makes no sense. And I deleted the video because of that reason, because I was like, it just seemed weird. Why would you write stand a bunch of times? Like, when I think of stand, I think of Eminem. We're gonna be doing some Q&As too. I got some Q&As on Twitter. I'm gonna be going over actually right now in a few minutes after I get this answer. All right, so we're gonna be doing some Q&As. I got some here on Twitter. Sorry to let off about love, guys. I just got a little hectic there because I was watching the TV earlier, and he was the guy was preaching about love and how love isn't real and all that stuff. I mean, I believe people know what they feel. I just believe people rush into shit. All right, let's get down to it. All right, let's go on my Twitter account. I did a couple Q&As yesterday, so if anybody does want, definitely ask some questions. I will be totally honest and answer any questions. That's one thing I did say. Kara and I did talk about before we started the episodes, and this is not part of our channel type deal. This is just like test runs we're doing. The real videos will be uploaded February 15th. Okay, here we go. Awesome. Here we go. So we're gonna start with an easy one, and then I'll get to the hardcore shit. Babe, don't get upset here because I do ask about our sexuality and our sex life and stuff. So don't get all personal. All right. First one is this: why are you a Titans fan? Told you it was gonna be an easy one. And I said we were gonna talk about football, so it was perfect. So I'm not gonna say the person's screen name or whatever, but the reason why I'm a Titans fan is when I used to be a 49ers fan actually when I was younger. I used to be when I was a kid, I was a 49ers fan. But my sister was actually a cheerleader for Western High School. And my brother-in-law used to actually play football then, but I didn't know him at the time, of course. But my sister used to cheerlead for Western High School. and their colors of the football team was the same colors of the Houston Oilers. So I started liking the Oilers just because they had the same colors of Western High School. So I think I remember I had a Titans jersey when I used to go to the games. I don't think I ever had an Oilers jersey, and I wanted one for the longest time so I could match the football team. But honestly, it was just because of their colors. Everyone keeps saying you're from Vegas, you should like the Raiders. I'm so fucking tired of hearing that shit. I am not a Raiders fan. I would never be a fucking Raiders fan. Fuck the fucking Raiders. Okay. To me, they're always going to be the Oakland fucking Raiders. Okay. I'm tired. I hear that shit all the time. Oh, you're from Vegas. You need to represent them Raiders. I'm a fucking Titan. Okay. Let's get that straight now, right fucking now. I'm a fucking Tennessee Titan fan. Okay. I'm tired of hearing that shit. But that's why, because the high school that I went there my freshman year, and half of my freshman year, I guess you could say, and my entire family went there. But my sister was a cheerleader, and she was on, you know, she was on the cheerleading squad. So I wanted a master football team, and I used to play like the video game, and they had the same colors. That's all. Okay, so we're gonna get down to the dirty. Okay. So, have you and your wife ever had a threesome? And would you have a threesome in the future? Okay. So, on that one, I'm going to say no comment to both of those, just like yesterday. No comment that we never have or have. What? No comment that we ever would or wouldn't. That's all I'm going to say. No comment on those ones. What do people not know about you? What do people not know about me? I have a very bad habit of sniffing pillows. Very bad. I'm wondering if Kara even knows about that, because she should see me. And I have a problem with snipping my fingers too. You. Yes, I have a huge problem with sniffing pillows. Um I honestly don't even know where I got it from. I just started. I remember, like, I don't know, like I just, it's kind of a thing I always kind of did. I always um just did it. um so yeah, I sniffing everything. Yeah, I'm a sniffer, I guess you could say. Yeah, I smell pillows. A lot of people don't know that about me. My family does. My uncle always gives me a hard time about it. He always gives that. So does my cousin Kelly and stuff. But yeah, so a lot of people don't know that though. I have a bad habit. I sniff pillows, used pillows. Like, I smell Carrie's pillows all the time, and I smell my own pillows. Honestly, all right, we're gonna go keep going. We're gonna do a couple more Q&As, and then we're gonna talk about some other stuff. All right. Sorry, I gotta go down because it's like when I responded back and stuff. Okay, what do we got? Do you think your podcast will blow up? No. That, I get that a lot. People keep saying, "Oh, you want to be famous, big time YouTuber." That is not the goal. I know that's what most people want. They want to be a famous podcaster, a famous YouTuber. That is never going to happen with this channel. Okay. I just want people to enjoy our videos. I want people to laugh at our videos. If you're having a shitty week or a shitty day, I want you to go on our videos and laugh your ass off. If that has to be me in my gut dancing in a bathroom, or Kara and I arguing, or something, I want you to just enjoy the videos. That's what I want. And it's something that Kara and I like to do together. That's what I enjoy so much, is because our schedule is so off that and we always have Luna and stuff. This is just a hobby. Yes, I enjoy it. I really do. I enjoy the fuck out of this. I wish I had better equipment, of course. I wish I had a better setup to where I can sit down and have a bunch of people with me. Of course, Kara's microphone is over there. We got Kara's microphone. Um, we just need a table to where we can hook it up and chairs. So her and I will be doing the podcast together most of the time. Sometimes it might be me by myself or Kara by herself. Um, but no, I don't think this is gonna be like one of those podcasts that get 1 million subscribers or even 100,000. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere near there. I am not that entertaining. Of course, you always think, oh, what if it blows up and we get bought? We sign with a company like Barstool, or even though Barstool's basically straight sports, but just like a company like that. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. But I'm not that interesting. I'm not that entertaining. Um, and it's not just a podcast that we do. We do more prank videos and stuff than we do the podcast. The podcast is just something we're really just trying out and something that we can do together. And I enjoy it. I if I'm frustrated and having a bad day or something and Kara's at work, I would like to come on here, put my headphones on and, talk about a bunch of stuff. Of course, I would like to have Carol with me so I have someone to do it with. Um, so it's not just me rambling about a bunch of different shit. Because that's one of my biggest problems is that I will just like my mind will just go to 1 million different things. Like I'll be sitting here talking about football, and then boom, I'll be over here talking about peppermints, and then boom, over here mouthwash. Oh, juice, over here talking about prom, you know. So like I'll just start. My mind will just start thinking of random shit, and I'll end up just talking about it. So when you do watch my podcast, that's one thing you will know is that I'll go to like 10 different fucking subjects. Okay. I am shaving this all off. I am shaving it. It's driving me nuts just by looking at it in the camera. I keep looking at it. I'm not looking at the camera, which I'm supposed to. I'm looking at myself. And I keep seeing this and I'm like, that looks like a horrible fucking mustache. It used to look good. I'm like trying to cover it and shit. I can do this. Problem solved, I guess. Just like that. Then you can't see my face and stuff. All right. Okay, a couple more questions. We'll do one or two more. Let's see. But the answer to that question is no. I don't think we'll ever get nowhere near that. I was surprised that we got to 116 viewers or subscribers because it happened so fast. Like we went from 28 subscribers and 20 viewers. We averaged 20 views a video. That's what our average is. And the one video we did where people think Kara's cheating on me is over almost at 2,100. 2,100 viewers? Now I'm wondering if it was real, how many viewers would we get? If I really walked in and Kara would have been with the guy. One day, we beat fucking subscribers and everything, I bet. People were probably pissed off when they saw it. Oh, this motherfucker. Okay, here we go. All right. But I enjoy it. And I appreciate the support. That's one thing I gotta say is I know I bug people a lot about, hey, will you support the channel? Tell your friends to support the channel. It's free. All you gotta do is hit subscribe. The reason why is so YouTube can play more and more people can see the videos. Because the more subscribers you get, YouTube will start getting your episodes out there more. It's just I'm still kind of learning how to do this. Like I'm trying to learn how to edit. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm having a rough time when it comes to editing. I can't figure it out, to be honest. But I'll record stuff like on Anchor, but Anchor is not audio or video. It's just audio. So I'll record stuff on Anchor, post it on Anchor, and then it goes on to the Spotify. That's why I'm like, okay, guys, follow me on Spotify as well, because I'm also doing things on Anchor. It might be a totally different show than what we do on YouTube or on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, but it's still, just support. So I do appreciate everybody's support. I know I bug a bunch of people like, hey, show support, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Bad Habits Kingdom, check it out. And I bugged people so many times about it where they finally were just did it just to shut me up. So I do appreciate the support. I really do. But tell your friends, really tell your friends about it. Tell them to follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Spotify, and on YouTube. You never know. One of our videos can make their day, make their year. You never know. Okay. All right. I think that was the last one. Okay. Yeah, I think that was the last one. Okay, here's one more. What were your detox symptoms like? Because I am. Okay. So, no, I'm not going to say this person's name, but I was addicted to painkillers, as most of you already know. I know I talked about this many times. I was addicted to painkillers for a long, long time. Excuse me. I ended up losing my son because of my painkillers, losing my truck because of painkillers, losing my apartment because of painkillers, losing my family, friends, everything because of those fucking pills. I think those things should be banned unless people severely need them. Honestly, my withdrawal symptoms. Now I went to rehab 3 or 4 different times. And rehab, I didn't really have any withdrawal symptoms. Because you're pretty medicated the whole time, so you don't really need it. You're medicated, so you don't really need to. You don't feel anything, is what I mean. You're knocked out. The first like 2 days, you're sleeping. You're knocked the fuck out. After that, you're just they keep you so medicated to where they just keep you medicated, medicated, medicated. And technically, detox is supposed to last, I think, like 4 to 5 days. And then they'll start downing the doses on the medication. Excuse me, I apologize about that. They'll start downing the doses on the medication, like less than milligram, or only take from 3 times a day to twice a day, and then once a day till you're not taking them. They keep you in rehab for like 8 days, 8 to 10 days. Rehab did not work for me. I'm not saying it doesn't work for everybody. It just didn't work for me in particular. So the first time I went to rehab, it was about a few months before my son was born. This was in the summer of 2011. Um, I was scared shitless, to be honest. I didn't know what the fuck to expect. I mean, honestly, the true story, I thought I was gonna get raped. I thought it was like jail. Really. I know it was a hospital and everything like that. And I even remember asking the nurse, like, what kind of crime, what kind of, problems am I gonna have back here? Should I be worried? And she was like, what the fuck? No, no. I remember that. Um, but I was really scared, really nervous. And my first day totally sober. So I was there. I took pills the day I went in. And then the next day I went all day without. And then that night or that day after that, I was like, wow, I went 24 hours without taking a pill. This is the first time in like 8 years I did that. Or wait, the first time in 2011. So that was like the first time in 3 or 4 years that I did that. Because I started taking pills, painkillers in 2008. I had a tooth pulled, and the dentist prescribed them. Like um, back then, it was different. Back then, it was easy to get them. They were going for only $2 a piece at the time, and they were the blue Watson 540s. That's what they were. Um, but yeah, so after that, I detoxed in there, came out of rehab, and I was sober, I think, 2 weeks before I relapse. Boom. During my son's birth, I had to steal. My mother had some for her, and I had to steal her painkillers, just my pills. That's how bad it got. So I went, stole my mom's pills just so I can go see my son's birth. So, but anyways, now the last time I detoxed, I did it at home. So I went to rehab a couple times. After that, in 2013, 2014, blah 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 blah. I went to rehab 3 or 4 times. Now the last time I detoxed, I didn't go to rehab. I did it at my family's house. And yeah, detox is supposed to last 4 or 5 days. That motherfucker lasted like 10, like 2 weeks, 14 days. Swear to Christ, I felt like shit every day. And I remember that feeling every day. And I tell people all the time, there's no big story. Your mother's death. Was it you losing your son? Was it this? Was it that? Baba dying, what was it that sobered you up? There's no big story behind it. I was just finally fed up with it. I was just done. I just didn't want to do it anymore. I I was tired of every day going across town, taking a 2-hour bus ride because I couldn't get a ride. Like I said, at this point I lost my family, I lost my friends. Every day I needed them, so every day I had to come up with ways to come up with money so I can get them, or find a way to come up to get a front. Um, but what happened was, I finally, um, I just got fed up with it. I was done. I was tired of doing it. Um, and I quit. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done with this. And I was actually walking across the street. Um, I was living at Charleston Cimarron area at the time, and there's like a liquor store right there on the corner. And when I was walking over there, and this was like the last night that I got pills, and I was trying to find a way I could I was like, I gotta detox. And there's this guy, this kid really, at the light, and he asked me for a cigarette. I give him one, and we started talking about some shit. It's weird. He just started talking to me out of the blue, and he's like, hey man, do you party? And I'm like, I take painkillers and like Roxy, Lortab, Percocets, stuff like that. But I'm honestly trying to find a way to get off of. To be honest, man, I'm actually quitting. And he's like, well, I have Suboxone, and I said, what? And I remember that's what they gave me in rehab. They gave me Suboxone. So I was like, okay, and he actually gave me like 5 or 6 of them for free. To this day, he's still a good friend of mine. I have him on Facebook. He's one of the reasons that I got sober. He held me from the beginning. Um, so I started taking the Suboxone to get off the painkillers. Suboxone is a sublingual film. What it does, it blocks the opiate receptor. And like when you're on Suboxone and you take a handful of painkillers, you're not gonna feel them. But if you take painkillers and then you take a Suboxone, you're actually gonna detox. It's weird. I don't know how it works like that, but that's the medical form. That's how it works. I don't know. And that's how it gets sobered up. I started taking the Suboxone. I got a doctor. I told the doctor about my drug history. And I was, straight up, and the doctor understood exactly where it came from, and he saved my life. You know, um, and it's been going on for many years now. And like I said, there's no big story about it, but I am so happy that I quit those things. Like, I feel so much better. I can wake up tomorrow and I don't have to rely on those fucking pills. I got my beautiful wife, my beautiful daughter, my beautiful place in a beautiful neighborhood with my beautiful car, my beautiful job, my beautiful career, my beautiful self. I fucking love it. And it took so long and so hard to get back. Um, once you lose everything, it's, when you got it, you got it. And you got to realize that you got it. And when you lose it, it's so hard to get back. Oh, my credit's bad. Um, I don't have this, I don't have that, I can't get approved, I can't get a job, I can't get this, I can't get that. You know, one step at a time. Literally. Start with the job, after the job, you know, okay, get a place, okay, get a car, okay, get a girl, okay, get a family, blah 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 blah. Me personally, I was just like, I want the girl. I saw Kara in her scrubs, and I was like, God, I want that ass. I was actually so close. See how I say how my mind goes a billion different things. Now I'm going to talk about how I was so close of bumping into Kara's ass while we were working together. So I remember this. I was a custodian. I was working there for about a month, and part of the custodian's job is to stock the drawers. And I didn't really talk to Kara at this point. I think we talked one time. The first thing Kara ever said to me was, I remember this. I was in the break room. I was actually bitching about my ex girlfriend's man. And I see, baby. Um, we'll go ahead and show that. It says it's whole for review. I don't know why. So, one of the things I did is I was bitching about my ex girlfriend's man. I was like, God, this guy looks better than me. Blah blah blah. My hair at the time was short spikes. I had very short spikes, and I had a lot of gel because my hair is so thick. I got to use a lot of gel to keep it up and keep it going. That's why I'm so picky about my hair because it's so thick and so hard to do. And Kara didn't even meet her at the time. Okay, good. That's crazy. It's like a couple seconds off. All right. So she's like, "Yeah, why do you have your hair so much hair gel? You should do it natural. You'll look better if you're natural." So this isn't attractive. She goes, "No, that's not attractive. You should just do it naturally." First thing Kara ever said to me, my heart broke. I've been checking out this fucking girl for a month and a half that I've been working there. The first thing she said to me is, "You're really not attractive." That's basically what she said to me. I need to get this one. I need to get her. Called Terrell. Terrell and I were working together. He was constantly giving me advice on how to talk to Kara. Oh yeah, just say this, just say that. Another coworker that was working there, the name, I know her and Kara, and I like Kara. Her and Kara were cool at the time. I was like, "Can you put in some words for me?" Blah 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 blah. And I don't know. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, so I actually looked Kara up on Facebook. She was like in a bad mood or something at work, and she walked by me, and I said sorry because I thought I was in her way. And I looked her up. It took me like an hour to find her. God, I'm like a stalker. I don't even think she knew about this. It took me like an hour to find her on Facebook, and I finally found her and I hit her up and I'm like, "Look, I'm sorry, if I made you mad because I was by your locker in the way of your locker and blah blah blah." And she was like, "Oh no, 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 I had nothing to do with you. I was fighting with somebody else. Don't worry about that." And we were texting like every night for hours. That's fucking flirting, bitch. Okay, I'm gonna say that right fucking now. That is fucking flirting. You know, just by that, just by that kind of attention that I'm into you. that any guy's gonna be into you. When you're talking to a guy, I don't care what the fuck. Oh, girls can have guy friends. Bullshit. If you call that guy friend up and say, "Hey, I want to hook up right now," that guy friend is gonna be, yeah. Okay, I gotta remember who watches this video, so I gotta keep it PG. Um, but yeah, um, yeah, so she was flirting with me. She knew that I was into her. We would talk for hours, literally. We would talk from like it was about 9:30 p.m., 10 p.m. Because I know she used to close all the time. She still closed, but I always like worked the morning and mid shift, and she would always close. So she would like get home at like 10:30, and we'd start talking till like 2 a.m. And we would talk a lot. Um, I knew, she, blah blah blah. So what happened I think it was Terrell that told. I don't know who told Kara, but somebody told Kara that I was interested in her. And Kara kind of asked me. She was like, "So I heard you were interested in me." And I said, "Yes, I am." And she said, "To be honest, I'm not feeling anything for you." What? What? Oh, hold on, hold on. You want to run that by me again? Am I reading this text message correctly? Like, you don't feel anything for me? Why the fuck are you texting me for hours? What the fuck are you doing that for? To be friends? I was so fucking pissed. I ain't gonna lie. I was so mad. Those were her exact said, "I'm not interested in you. Um, I don't feel anything for you," is what she said to me. Oh, okay. No problem. About a month goes by, you know. I said something to her like, "Oh, I'm still here if you want to go out." And in the meantime, like, I asked her out again, like a month later. She was like, "Oh, you should go out and meet this girl. You should go out and meet that girl. You should go talk to her. She's single. She's nice. She's cool. I like her. I trust her. You guys would make a cute couple." She was telling me this shit, right? I'm like, you know, I'm into you. I'm not just gonna be stop being into you just because you're not into me. If I like you, just because you don't like me, I'm not gonna stop liking you. You're still fucking hot as shit. You're still sexy as fuck, and I love your personality. I mean, Kara is extremely rare. She really is. I know everybody says that about their loved one, but she is extremely rare. And she's telling me this. Then we like don't talk for like a month, 2 months, no talking. Not even at work. I'm trying to avoid her. I'm like, what I would do. I don't think she even knows this. I would actually go because at this time, back when we were together, and at this time, um, they would have the floor schedule in the break room. I would actually, even though I wasn't a worker on the floor at the time. I would actually go in there and see what day she worked, just to see if we would cross paths. And one time, I got off at 1 o'clock, and I knew she was getting off at like 2 or 3. And I actually stayed in the break room. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this. I stayed in the break room. I was talking to Jasmine because I know her and Jasmine were good friends. And she came in the break room when she was getting off. And I got up like, okay, I'm gonna go catch the bus now or something. And I started like yelling at Jasmine about something. Like we were just kind of like just joking around. And Kara said, "You shouldn't be talking to women that way." And I was like, "What? Blah blah blah, whatever." And I walk out like super fast, and Kara's behind me. And I don't know why I did that. Like, I actually waited 2 hours. I remember this. Oh my god, that is so crazy. I waited 2 hours for her to get off work. I never even told you about this, babe. I never told Kara about this. for her to get off work because I was hoping that we'd be at the same bus stop or same bus or something. And I just took off. Um, so anyways, another month goes by. She says, "Oh, you should talk to this person." No, that's one thing Kara kept doing. She was trying to get the attention off her. She didn't want me interested in her. She just wasn't feeling me like that. So all of a sudden, this is when so out of nowhere, 6 months goes by. I'll say, right. Kara and I are working. I finally get promoted to the floor, and Kara and I are working together on the floor. Um, I remember I was DCing a girl, and I was talking to the girl, and not like flirty or anything like that. Um, well, maybe it was. I can't remember real well. And Kara kept looking up at me and like smiling. And I was like, don't know, like, what the fuck is she doing? Is she happy that I'm finally, not hitting on her or asking her out and I'm talking to somebody else? I'm not asking this girl out or anything, right? And then she was having a bad day at work, I can tell, but she kept smiling at me, and I was like, what the fuck does she keep smiling at me for? Like I would walk by her and she would just start smiling at me big, and I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? She is fucking teasing the shit out of me. She's doing that shit on purpose. I fucking can't stand this bitch. That's what literally was going through my mind. I even told somebody that was working in the back with me. I'm like, she's fucking tease. She's doing that shit on purpose. She's keeping like me just leaned on just because she can. She knows she can. She has that fucking power. Um so I go donate. Um and Kara says to me, um or what I asked Kara, I said, is everything okay? Because she was in a bad living situation, and she was like, yeah, I'm just tired of dumbass people and shit like that. And I texted her that night. It was on Facebook. It wasn't, I never had her phone number. I didn't have her phone number at this time. I didn't think I had her phone number until until we fucking moved in together. It was all on Facebook Messenger back then. So I hit her up and I'm like, look, if you ever need to talk or anything, you can hit me up. Honestly, that was just game. Honestly, I was just trying to figure out a way to get her interested in me. She texts back with, I wasn't gonna tell you this, but I'm actually starting to really like you. Does that say what I think it says? Did you just say that? Did you just say you're starting to like me? I was actually gonna play it off. I was actually gonna be like, I think we should just stay friends. I swear, I was so close to doing that because I didn't text back right away, and she was text back like, "Oh, um, if you're not interested in me no more, I understand." Blah blah blah. I was so close to saying, I think we should just be friends. I was gonna try to lean it a little bit, like, you know what? Maybe I can get her to where she can't get me now. Maybe she'll start liking me more and more and more and more. You know, but I knew Kara wasn't that type. If I told Kara we should just be friends, that'd be it. She's not gonna try to keep trying. Well, I don't think she would have, I would say. Um, but I told her, I guess I need to keep doing what I'm doing so I can get you to really like me. And she was like, no, I really do like you. And I remember that. And we started talking a lot after that. I was definitely looking through her pictures. I was actually saving pictures when we were. God, I sound like such a fucking stalker. I cannot believe this. I was actually downloading her photos from Facebook before we even got together, before we even went out on a date. This is when she was turning me down. I would actually download some of her photos onto my phone. God, babe, I am so sorry. I'm such a freak. But that's true story. So, Bible. I was really doing that. Oh my god. I remember that. Yeah, there was a couple good ones I had. But yeah, so I was doing that. Um, and I said to her, maybe I should just keep doing what I'm doing. And she said, I really do like you. And we were talking a lot. She knew she had me. That was the only thing that really always bothered me because Kara knew that she can get me anytime she wanted. That was the only thing that used to piss me off. That's why I wanted to say to her, I think we should still be friends. I think we should stay friends because she knew whenever she wanted, she can get me. And that used to drive me insane. Like, she has that fucking power right now, and I'm just gonna fall over it. I'm just waiting for her, to say, let's go out. So we try to make plans a few times. Doesn't work, she gets hit on left and right at work, and it would drive me fucking insane. And I would hear guys saying this and guys saying that, and it would just piss me off. And blah 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 blah. Long story short, so we finally get to go out. What happened was we were both closing one night, and I went to my last break, and I had a text message from her, and she said, "So do I get you to myself tonight? Do I get you tonight? Something like that." And I said, "Yeah," which I really was so tired, and I really didn't want to go out, and I had no money. So I was super tired. I didn't want to go out, and I had no money on our first date. Um, and she was like, "I'll meet you at the gas." While I was waiting for her, I was like so fucking nervous. I was so fucking scared. Like, I kept like looking at the light, see when she's coming. I almost lied to her and said, "You know what? My mom's sick. I gotta get home." I came close to a couple, but I almost backed out of it. Been waiting for this moment for 6 months, and literally almost backed out of it. So we go. We're trying to. I always go to by myself. I like it. It's kind of like my peaceful place, my secret place. How about we go there? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. Sounds good. Walk down the strip or whatever, just something to do. So we go take the bus. We get off the fucking at the strip, and we walk all the way down the strip, turn around, and walk all the way back looking for this Starbucks. That was my fault because I could have sworn that once we got off the bus, if we turned to right, the Starbucks was right there. But no, it was a left. If we would have went and turned left, the Starbucks was actually right there from the bus stop that we got off at. We went right, and I was like, maybe it's down more, down more, down more. But it turned out to be a benefit because we were talking a lot more. And I started seeing how Kara was acting. Like, there was a couple times she said some dirty things. I'm not gonna lie, and I was like, I don't know how to really take that. Honestly, I'm super nervous right now. I've been single for like 3 years, so blah blah blah. So, yeah, and then that night is when I realized I was in love with her. Even though it was our first date, and I was saying earlier in the video, like, patience and all that stuff, don't rush. She was leaving. We didn't kiss. We didn't kiss on our first date. I was so scared and I wanted to so bad. God, I should have just done it. I don't know why I didn't. Um, I think she even said that she didn't want to kiss me because she didn't want it to be a goodbye kiss. She wanted a hello kiss. That was what she told me. It could have been just bullshit. But we didn't kiss. I waited for her at the bus station, waited for her bus to pick her up before I left. And I actually had to work the next morning, like at 7 or 8 a.m. And by now I get home, it's like 4:35 a.m. I was so fucking mad. I was like, greatest night of my life, but didn't even get a kiss. I didn't even get the first fucking base. I don't know. But that's when I realized I was in love with her. She got on the bus. The bus was taking out, pulling out. And I saw her look at me and my heart just dropped. And I was like, I fucking love this girl. I am so in love. And I am actually so tired right now. So I am about to end this live feed soon. But that was it. That was the story of Kara and Kyle. A lot of people already knew. They didn't know details what I went through, what I talked about just now. But that's how it all started. And this is where we are today. It will be 3 years in August. We have a beautiful house, or a beautiful place, a beautiful car, and a beautiful baby, and a beautiful life together. One thing I got to say is Kara and I are not perfect. We have our arguments and our disagreements just like everybody else. Me, personally, I'm a jealous motherfucker that I have to under control. But we gotta, we gotta realize that all we have is each other. We gotta trust each other. We gotta support each other. And I'm happy. I wanted her for so long. I put up with a lot of no's that she was giving me. No, 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 no. I put up with a lot of shit. But I did it. I stuck with her. I stuck with it and I got it. Got her. I am actually so tired. I'm dozing off. So thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you guys so much for subscribing to the channel. Definitely tell your friends to subscribe, okay? If somebody gets us 300 subscribers, Kara and I will buy you a PS5, just so you know. All right, guys, so I am signing off. I do appreciate so much for your support and for listening to me tonight. I know once I get going on things, my mind goes 100 different directions, but that makes it entertaining, right? All right, guys, I am way too tired. I am falling asleep in this chair. You guys have a great night. Stay safe. Check back in tomorrow morning. Kara and I will be on here checking in with you guys. So you guys have a great night. All right.